BEISSBARTH, German precision engineering. The specialization of tires and rims have led to the increasing importance of handling equipment for service tasks. BEISSBARTH offers a complete range of appliances for easy and profitable tire servicing. From MS70 for truck and bus servicing to MS80 for fully automatic servicing of tires of a diameter of up to 3 meters and 2.3 metric tons. MS75 SA is a machine with outstanding features, such as the following decisive benefits. All work cycles are supported or automated by electro-hydraulic or pneumatic systems. Result: economic, professional and tire-saving work. The hydraulic pressure of the clamping jaws is infinitely adjustable, which allows for the careful clamping of lightweight metal rims. The equipment is operated from an easily portable control panel. Wheel rotation is done with pedals, so the operator always has one free hand. MS75 SA. This equipment has a working range for rim diameters from 14 to 52 inches, tire diameters of a maximum of 2,300 millimeters, and tire widths of approximately 1,300 millimeters. It is reliable, robust and quick. The all-round mounting machine for simple truck and bus wheels, as well as for wide tractor wheels of small central bore, or wheels for special earthwork vehicles. The universal mounting arm can be pneumatically lifted and rotated from the control panel. It includes a quick speed function and is locked via safety locking coupling on the mounting slide. In its 3-phase clamping version, the left-right run of the clamping device can be controlled at 2 speeds. The portable control panel allows for operation from any position, quickly and safely, which sums up the benefits. More turnover by shorter assembly times, more applications, more safety at the workplace. How to use MS75 SA.
In order to save your health, always refer to legal safety precautions and the instructions in the manual. Never inflate tires with wheels fixed on the machine. The movement of particularly heavy wheels requires at least 2 people. Demounting tubeless tires. Break the rear bead with the roll on the tool arm. Break the front bead of the tire and, pushing the bead into the rim, lubricate rim flange and bead liberally. Insert the lever and the mounting finger of the tool arm and pull the front bead over the rim flange. Now, the bead can be pulled off completely by turning the wheel clockwise. Push the tire from behind completely out of the rim. If it is a so-called balcony rim with an inclination from 10 degrees to 15 degrees, you may start the demounting procedure by breaking the front bead with the roll. Then, in a second step, break the rear bead and push the tire from the rim. This procedure can be done even more easily with the special tubeless roller, which is supplied on request. Mounting tubeless tires. Lubricate rim flange, channel, and both beads liberally. After fixing the pincers to the rim flange, lean the tire on the rim and hook it up by lifting the wheel. Push the tire inside the rim with the roll on the tool arm while turning the wheel until the rear bead is mounted. Turn the wheel until the pincers are at the 12 o'clock position. Demount them and place them at 6 o'clock. Now you can mount the front bead. For mounting undemanding tubeless tires, you may place the tire on the trolley, keeping it tilted. Then insert and lower the rim, pressing on the tire to allow the top of the rim to enter the tire. Alternatively, you may use the pincer supply and mount the two beads at the same time as described. Demounting of locking ring tires. If the safety ring consists of two parts, push the closed ring into the rim until the open locking ring is free. If the ring is heavily corroded, lubricate it with spray oil. Position the bead braking roll along the edge of the rim. While rotating the tire, press the bead into the rim in order to free the locking ring. Position the bead braking roll behind the ring at the end with the groove. Fix the pincers at the other end to avoid the ring jumping off the wheel during the following procedure. Push the ring carefully with the tool arm from behind while pulling the locking ring with the lever over the flange. Now remove the ring slowly by rotating the wheel. Move the tool arm accordingly. Keep pressure on the ring as low as possible. Therefore, it might be necessary to turn the wheel back and forth sometimes. Now, break the rear bead and move the tool arm forward while turning the wheel until the tire comes off. Mind the valve. Push it into the rim in order to avoid damage. Mounting of locking ring tires. While pushing the tire on the rim, mind the position of the valve and the tube protection to avoid damage, and keep the procedure as simple as possible. Insert the tube and inflate it slightly. Move the tire to the rim and center it carefully. If the tire is tubeless, it is necessary to insert a sealing ring between rim and locking ring. Once the tire is on the rim, insert the locking ring by carefully rolling it into the rim with the bead braking roll.
Checking and replacing chuck rotation electromagnetic switches. If the rotation of the chuck is faulty, first check the input voltage to the two electromagnetic switches. In order to check the output voltage, the switches should be activated manually by pushing the buttons. If the voltage is not correct, the defective electromagnetic switch should be replaced, taking care to rearrange the mechanical protection which prevents both of them being pressed at the same time. Checking and replacing low voltage fuses and transformer. If the low voltage controls are faulty, check the low voltage fuses visually and replace them if damaged. Transformer. Check that the input and output voltages are those shown on the transformer itself or as indicated on the electrical circuit diagram for the machine. If irregularities are found, replace the transformer. Checking and replacing the thermomagnetic circuit breaker. If the hydraulic unit does not function, check and reset the thermomagnetic circuit breaker, designed to protect against overheating and circuit overloads. If the problem occurs frequently, the amperage can be increased with the adjuster provided. The thermomagnetic circuit breaker must be replaced if the input and output voltage figures are not the same as those on the electrical circuit diagram. Checking and replacing fuse carriers and fuses. Check the power input fuses visually and replace if damaged. Check that the input and output voltages in the fuse carriers are those shown on the electrical circuit diagram. Replace faulty fuse carriers. Replacing and adjusting the spindle rotation belt. A worn or slack belt can cause spindle rotation malfunctions. To replace or tighten the belts, remove the guard cover. After replacing a broken or worn belt, the new one must be adjusted using the nut and locking nut on the motor support. Adjust to the correct tension. Tighten the locking nut. For the correct operation of the machine, all the moving parts should be carefully greased at the relevant nipples. Periodically check that the fulcrum pin bolt and chuck arm bolts are tight. Grease the sliding support and the guides. Hydraulic circuit pressure adjustment. If it is necessary to change or reset the operating pressure, use the adjuster on the hydraulic unit. After each adjustment, open and close the chuck in order to display the new pressure on the manometer. Important: the maximum pressure must not exceed 150 bar. Replacing and repairing the hydraulic solenoid valve group. The solenoid valve group activates all machine movements. If one of these movements fails, the first check to make is with the machine in operation to activate the solenoid for the faulty movement manually on both sides. If the movement is induced by this manual intervention, then the operation of the switch should be checked. A simple test consists in driving the solenoid with the connector and switch of another movement. If the movement is produced, then the cause is to be found in the control switch for the movement in question. If the movement does not happen, then the solenoid in the valve in question should be replaced. Adjusting the tool arm pawls. The correct adjustment for the locking and unlocking of the arm is achieved by adjusting the relevant cams. Loosen the self-locking nuts on the adjustment cams. Use the adjustment cams to eliminate play. Finally, check that the adjustment is correct for the entire length of the guide. Tighten the self-locking nuts. Adjusting the tool arm sliding support. Adjustment is by means of the two sliding rollers. With the arm in its working position and at the end of the trolley, eliminate the play on the second roller. Position the trolley at the opposite end. With the arm in the working position, make the second adjustment. Check that the sliding support slips evenly along the entire length of the trolley. Tool group rotation cylinders. Two cylinders produce the rotation. One is located inside the arm and lifts the tool holding group. The other produces the rotation. Replacing and repairing the tool group rotation cylinder. Before replacing the cylinder, check that the mechanical stop behind the cylinder is functioning correctly, since this could be the cause of the malfunction. Replacing and repairing the tool arm up-down cylinder. Release the self-locking nut on the rod. Release the fixing bolt on the rear head. Release the pressure and disconnect the air hoses, then reopen the cylinder. The up-down speed of the arm is adjusted with the two adjusters on the solenoid valve. To replace or repair the rotation cylinder, remove the tool group. Unscrew the arm fixing ring nut. Unscrew the fixing nuts on the cylinder. Release the air pressure in the machine and disconnect the hoses. Remove the cylinder by rotating the arm and then replace or repair it. When mounting, ensure that the arm pin is in the same position as during demounting. This simplifies positioning. If the pin is not correctly positioned in its seat, the limit switch must be adjusted with the adjusters provided. Tighten the locking nuts. The rotation speed of the tool group is adjusted with two adjusters on the cylinder. Replacing and repairing the tool arm internal raising cylinder. Release the nut, then remove the internal cylinder fixing pin. Disconnect the air hoses and remove the rack arm. Replace or repair the internal arm raising cylinder.